Hello everyone and welcome into today's video where we are checking out some interesting Algorand news which are about the CBDC inclusion with Algorand, which stands for Central Bank Digital Currency. So as always, an early like is appreciated on the video, so thank you for doing so and let's go. Algorand originally described these principles for a successful CBDC deployment in February 2021, but here in this article they are promoting the main points important for this deployment of CBDC on Algorand, and this gives us an idea why Algorand could be one of the most probable solutions for CBDC, which could boost the price of ALGO quite significantly. First of all, they are going through why is it important to have some kind of bank solution, and also a closer look at these CBDC design principles. So the CBDC requirements are openness, that the platform has to be open, a kind of open blockchain where there is a lot of room for innovation, for example. Also, the CBDC system must promote competition to reduce cost of financial services. So this could enable financial institutions to innovate more rapidly and create cheaper services and close this huge gap to big tech companies. And for a third point, the CBDC must reach a broad base of customers, so all those customers who are unbanked in emerging markets. So for example, full and uninterrupted accessibility to the CBDC, especially offline, but also for example building a universal and readily accessible digital identity infrastructure is paramount for the success of CBDC system. And the great thing is that Algorand blockchain can ensure a CBDC system promoting innovation, inclusion and economic performance. So they are meeting all those requirements for openness, where on the one hand Algorand says that their work has informed the fundamental design of their open source blockchain technology. However, we know that Algorand is quite controversial because they have a lot of patents around their technologies, which is quite opposite and quite unusual for most of the crypto projects, which are usually fully open source. However, this should be enough for the CBDC implementation. And then we also know that they are great with innovation and cost reduction. And also for the third point, for the identity and accessibility, one of their core design principles is to create a generalized and flexible tool. So they also had worked and partnered up with identity companies to create on-chain identity attestations such as V3C decentralized identifiers, and they also propose solutions for offline transactions on the CBDC system. So this looks very interesting and could be one of the catalysts for the ALGO price, which we can now check in the price charts, where we can see that recently there has been this huge sell-off because of the huge sell-off of Bitcoin, and this sell-off was market wide, so it pretty much impacted all altcoins. So at the moment we are hovering around the $1 mark, which is conveniently pretty much in the middle of this very long price channel over here. So we can see that this dotted line is acting now as a strong support, and it has been acting this way also here previously in the September 2020 and August, and a little bit here as well at the beginning of 2020. And we can see that Algorand has been consolidating for a very long time at this point, about 3 months or so, and compared to other altcoins it has not risen in price that much. So I still think it has quite a lot of potential, and some huge news for a CBDC deployment would definitely push the price above and out of this long-term price channel towards the new all-time highs, which are around the $2 mark. And taking a look at the Algorand to Bitcoin ratio, we can see that Algorand is moving quite similar as Bitcoin in the past couple of months, which is quite nice that we are still in this long price channel. We are not dropping down because of this drop in the price in relation to US dollar. So here we could maybe expect also a bounce off of this lower support towards this higher resistance, and after which there is pretty much only this resistance to overcome before hitting all-time highs in this ratio. Also, this is starting to look as a wedge pattern, which could boost the price as well if we get over this resistance line over here. So in the next couple of weeks we should see some difference in performance in comparison to Bitcoin. And this is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. If so, please smash the like button to help this channel out in the YouTube algorithm, and you can also subscribe for more Algorand news in the future. I thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one. Cheers!